All right. Yeah, the stream's already started off pretty scuffed. I kind of forgot about the fact that I was busy for at 9:30. So yeah, it's about an hour late. So yeah, thank you guys to anyone who's actually showed up. But yeah, it's probably going to be a little bit lower view counts than normal, and I'm fine with that. But yeah, the plan for today will be to go ahead and complete the rest of Billy, or do as much as we can. I think before that, though, I did a little bit of grinding, like 30 to 45 minutes of gem grinding off stream. So I want to go ahead and try to get bubbles with that. I ran the math. It's about a 60% chance of us getting one. So we have a pretty good, I think it's like a 65. So pretty good chance of us getting at least one bubble. So ideally walk away with that. It will complete another quest of Willens, and also get us an improvement to our pet stats. Not much, but you know, any improvement at this point is I'll take. Also, we are lagging a lot more than usual, so this is probably it's not that bad of a lag, I guess. But yeah, it's going to be one of the streams of all time. It's definitely not going to be the best. And probably since I started late, I might go a little bit later to make it about the same amount of time, but who knows? We'll see. Hello. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I think before we start with Billy, we'll go ahead and do the unboxing. I think that's the correct way to do it. My inventory's like scotch full of stuff though, so let's go see if we can clean any of this up. Yeah, I think all that's deletable. The thing is, unlike my main, it doesn't have all these random code pets that randomly get added to the inventory, so it's usually a little bit better. We'll turn on auto delete common. Equip ourselves a basic lucky gum. Open auto clicker. Is it a VIP? No, right now I'm in a public server in Backdoor, so yeah. All right. We need to just go to this, and then we should be ready to unbox. I'm probably going to end up blowing through all these gems. As I said, about a 65% chance of us getting the bubbles. But yeah. Oh, we already got... Oh, no, we didn't. That quest isn't bubbles. That quest is literally anything above that. I think we'll go ahead and claim it from Willen, though, just because that's a quest completed. One crate key. And then I think the next quest is for leveling up, so... Oh, no. Jar of blue goo. Yeah, we'll go ahead and just worry about some of these quests first. Alright, there we go. That's a quest that I don't want to do. That's probably going to blow through another 3 billion gems. But yeah, no, this is more of just to progress ourselves a little bit. I don't really care about the upgrade in pet stats. It's not that important. It's more of just being able to have the index completed. Oh, we blew through all of our gems. And not a single bubbles, it looks like. That's unfortunate. Just going to confirm. But yeah, it doesn't look like we got any bubbles with that, which, you know, it's kind of unlucky. Especially considering we got 7 digits. It's like generally a 6 for, but whatever. But yeah, that was more or less just going to be able to allow us to, if we get up to Rowan, unbox for him, because according to the rules, I can't actually unbox from Pet Crate 10 until I get Pet Crate 8 completed for quests, and I can't actually use any pets from Pet Crate 9 yet either, so... but yeah, it's not too important. we'll just go ahead and work on Billy more. Then I'll do a little bit more off-stream grinding. But yeah. And we might as well go ahead and use some vacuum gum because this is going to take a while. Yeah, no, auto-clickers are definitely allowed to be used in the game. It's actually... There is a Grand's Quest. It says auto-clickers for using gum or whatever, so if you open your inventory, it literally specifically says use of auto-clicker on her quest line. So devs are 100% aware of auto-clickers and how they're used in the game, so not too much of an issue. I guess we might as well level up a rare. Let's see, do we have a rare anywhere? No, we have a level 5 rare. Let's just use a birdie. But yeah, actually on my main account, because of the Halloween event coming out, I've been grinding a lot of the quests I normally don't do. So I went ahead and did Riley, Rowan, Leo, Finsley, all those fun quests on my main, and it's so much quicker to do quests on my main account. Like Leo, I think on this account took us like 5 hours or something ridiculous. I was just done with it in like 45 minutes. It's just amazing how slow free-to-play, or new and free-to-play players are in this game. It's kind of quite bad. No, you have not missed anything. I literally started 7-8 minutes ago. I was busy for the first... I forgot I was doing stuff, so I was planning on starting at 9:30, and then I had to do other stuff. Actually do recycling, whatever, for my house, so, but yeah, took about an hour to do that, so I started the stream about an hour late. We're probably going to go for another hour after that, which I know doesn't usually work for you, since your time zone usually has you going to bed or whatever, midway through the streams, but is what it is. Or, I don't know, actually... No, you showed up to the Sentinel streams, or started at like 2 or whatever. I don't know where your time zone is at. Yeah, right now we are working on Billy's Quest, and we've been working on it. I spent 9.5 billion gems trying to get bubbles and didn't get it. Other than that, not too much interesting has happened. Actually, yeah, it was about 45 minutes worth of gem grinding. So, you know, it was a little bit that kind of got missed, but yeah. Nah, this is the usual time for me. It's 5:30 p.m. Oh, did you go through daylight times? Oh, that's hilarious. You probably had your clocks go back an hour, correct? Yeah, I'm actually no, because yeah, next week it's happening for me this Sunday or Saturday, I guess. Where your clock shifts back an hour. You had that last week and whatever, so me actually delaying it probably lined it up. Actually, no. Yeah. That's kind of funny. But no. I was busy. Next week we are back to my regular time, which is going to be back an hour. So, yeah, daylight saving times is weird, but whatever. I think the best thing in Ghost Simulator is the multi-stream. I definitely think a lot of the early perks, like the magnet, the hoverboard, multi-stream, are really good perks. Not as niche as some of the later ones, like the Billy's especially, but like Billy's is just useless. But like even like Riley's like jetpack, it's not like a particularly useful one. It's more of just nice to have. I personally think the hoverboard is just so much better, even though it's like earlier on in the game. So a lot more people just think it's normal or whatever. But yeah, multi-stream's definitely a pretty good one. I think even having up to 5 streams is underrated. Like most people are like, okay, getting both Finsley and the Master Hunter is kind of useless. During events, it's actually useful to have those 5 streams. But yeah. 12th task of Billy is the worst. Yeah, Billy... I don't know why. He literally got the worst quests in the game and the worst perk in the game. It's like the devs meant him to be the worst quest. Yeah. Yeah, that is how it works. Alright, how are we doing on buying new equipment? I haven't checked in a while. Oh, we can buy one? Can we buy the disruptor? No, we can't buy our next disruptor, but we can buy another battery. It's not a huge upgrade, but it should help a little bit. Yeah, alright. Also, the Halloween event in Ghost Simulator is kind of out. I actually haven't played too much of it. I've been trying to work on a video, or not really trying to, but I've been planning on working on a video, rather than doing Halloween event, or not rather, but just doing starting a new video series or whatever, going over some gameplay rebalances that I think are necessary in the game. So, I don't know. It might be a while till I actually get to event grinding. Or I might just do some more event grinding tomorrow and just start, like, a streaming every single day or whatever. We'll see. But, yeah. Oh, I didn't remember they added 5 streams to the vacuum? Yeah, no. Master Hunter, the Rebirth perk is pretty nice. It's generally the one people suggest going for first. Wow, we're so laggy we can't even with jetpack get up here. Is this what happens when you stream, I guess? But yeah, 5 streams, not very useful for most things, especially if you have good pets. You're usually able to like instant vacuum quite a bit of ghosts. But it is helpful during events when you don't instant vacuum ghosts, or even during some just grinding when you're just wanting to grab as many ghosts as possible and you end up clicking one too many and losing all your vacuum streams. Because even if it is instant vacuum on ghosts, you can still click a lot of ghosts before your vacuums refresh or whatever. Even if it's instant. No, it's official. There's 2 additional streams you can get from a Rebirth perk. But yeah, I really think a lot of pet stats do need to get improved. Like playing through this game as a new account, it's really showing as to where the errors are. Like, yeah, during a lot of the quests are pretty bad, but also like pet stats is definitely holding back the progression. Like, I definitely think it should be slower to progress than like what I'd blow through on my main account. But at the same time, for like a new player at least, but at the same time, I don't think it should be this slow where I'm literally end up spending 2 or 3 streams on each quest, or two streams on each quest or whatever. Yeah, resting after exercise is pretty nice feeling. I don't even need these bees and I'm grabbing them. Alright. But yeah, especially here in Backdoor, where my pack and vacuum are falling behind, it'd be really good to have better pets. My rare pet isn't even leveled up to level 3. It's not even up to level 2. Okay, now it's up to level 2, but no, never mind. I think it'll be better for us to just go ahead and use the rare pet for on lower health ghosts. I kind of forgot how long it would take to vacuum ghosts and therefore get XP. I thought it'd be one of those things where we do like get halfway through this quest, but no. But yeah, next quest I think is 20 of each rare ghost. Or maybe just 40 normal ghosts. I can't remember. It's one long and obnoxious quest. Whereas like Riley and Rowan, Riley's quest is 8 rare ghosts. Rowan's quest is 8 normal ghosts for their like final quest, whatever. So Billy, when you compare it to those two quests, yeah, you really start to see why he's such a bad quest line. Just like, or actually, I think it's 40 normal ghosts, 15 rare ghost items, if I remember correctly. I don't know. Different order probably. I think it might be 40, 15 items or 15. It's one of those two where the items are last, which is fine because that way you can get the items while getting the ghosts, and then it instant completes the items. But yeah, still is a lot of ghosts collection for frankly a useless perk. Am I doing anything special for Halloween tomorrow? Probably not, honestly. Like, my house isn't even where people, like, trick-or-treat, so, like, we don't even have our house decorated. Literally, no one's going to come to our door, so it's not like we have, or the house has, family has, any, like, trick-or-treat candy or anything like that. Yeah, I don't know. 40 normal ghosts and 20 special? Yeah, it is a brutal quest for Billy, right at the end. Oh, Billy. Poor Billy. Got glitched out. But yeah, 40 normal ghosts, so, this will probably... The thing is, though, we will get this done pretty soon. It's not like we have to upgrade our vacuum or pack like we did with the Ghost World a lot, where it was literally going to take us, like, hours per each quest. This is still only going to take, like, 30 minutes each. Which is a long time for a quest, but at the same time, it's something everyone has to do, so, you know, I can't complain too much, because this is basically how long it would take on my main account, too. Playing Ghost Simulator the way is intended. Yeah, that's pretty much this challenge. I mean, there's definitely a little bit in here that isn't intended, But no, definitely the pets we're using are the intended pets, which just showed how slow the game is. Like it was. This game is more so balanced for like so many people. Why is there always like a billion people everywhere? Oh, wow. No, he's literally here. Okay, whatever. I give up. I am not competing with 20,000 people for my ghosts. It already takes too long. Where in the world am I? Yeah, on my main account, I'd probably just blow through everyone and just ignore them because I can vacuum ghosts so fast. But when you vacuum ghosts slower, people end up like coming next to you, and it's kind of annoying if you guys are taking the same ghost. I know they aren't taking anything from me if I'm vacuuming most of the time, because you'll most likely still get the drop and a decent amount of stuff, and it'll be faster. But like still at the same time, I don't like vacuuming the same ghost someone else's. It just doesn't feel right. Last testability is 50 apples, 45 satellites, 40 hay bales, and 35 honeycombs. The thing is, that'll be instant completed no matter what it is, just because of how many ghosts we need to grab for his earlier quests. So, the item quest is pretty much a non-factor. Like even though we don't have like double drops or anything, it's going to be done pretty much the same time as all of the other stuff. Because of the challenge rules. I basically have to complete Billy to go move on to later itineraries. So yeah, we are stuck doing his quest. And honestly, as a, it's a lot more annoying to do as a maxed out player than it is a new player, because ghost collection for a new player is fairly consistent for how it scales into being a long-term player. Like, yeah, we are vacuuming ghosts for a little bit longer, but at the same time, I mean, that it's not as much longer as item collection or especially like ecto currency collection. Because on my main for on this account, it took us like 4, 5, 6 hours to do Leo, just because of how many times he had us upgrade our pack and vac. On my main account, it took 45 minutes. So definitely, in terms of which account I'd like to do Billy on, this account isn't that much worse than the main. It might be like 2, 3 times longer, but it's not going to be 5, 6, 8 times longer like it is for upgrading packs and vacs. How is Gabe's in his... Gabe does not have clones. Willen is the one with clones. But no, for us, for the Willens, they are not that bad, actually. Grinding Gems got, like, a huge buff, like, right after I started this account, where, like, pretty much any new player can go grind millions of gems. So I'm actually able to grind, like, the 5, 10 million gems I need for Godlies from Pet Crates pretty easily. Yeah, before this stream started, yesterday actually, I spent about 45 to an hour grinding gems. I did use some glitchy X-Gum and some ghostly X-Gum, which I don't have any more of, so it's not really a consistent grind. But 45 minutes to an hour to grind around 9.5 million gems, so pretty fast to go ahead and grind gems. That is actually over a bubbles, so pet crate 8 godly technically. So like all things considered, it'd be only like, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 maybe hours to go ahead and grind all pet crates 8, 9, 10, 11, which 6 hours is quite a lot to grind. But it's not as bad when you consider some quests are taking pretty much that long by themselves. So, and since it is giving us good pets rather than a useless perk, it is fairly fairly good trade-off for us. Yeah, Gabe 3, I don't think anyone considers Gabe 3 to be a clone of Gabe. I think most people just consider it to be a different version of him. Yeah, which, you know, it is similar, but I think there's enough of a distinguishment there to not be considered an actual clone like the villains are. But no, yeah, Gabe is easy. He has introduction quests, and we really don't actually see that much of him. We've done Gabe and Gabe 3. We don't actually have access to the one next to the portal. Since as it is right now, we do not have a rebirth and therefore are not accessing second arc content yet. Gabe 3 is Glitch Gabe. Yeah, he's not really like a clone of Gabe. There's no one near any of those names in Ghost Simulator. Yeah. No, it's definitely Gabe 3 leans a lot more into the broken code glitchy stuff than a lot of other quest lines. Alright, I'm gonna have to go let my dog out inside, so just a second. Can you guys even see her? Nah, you guys probably can't. You guys can probably hear her. Alright, we're back. Not too long of a diversion. But yeah, Ghost Collection for Billy's, I mean, it's going to take a while, but we should be done with it pretty quick. Like, we've been here 30 minutes, we've gone through a quest already, we're about halfway through this quest. Okay. A little less than halfway through this quest. Yeah, Jillin, Willin, Dylan. Villain. I think villain? No. What's... Trying to remember quest names is kind of difficult sometimes. Forgotten Illins. Yeah, once you... Like, most people won't even do Illins, like, until, like, they're way endgame. Like, that's just kind of how it works. So... You know, I can't really say they're the good quests. Like, for this count, they're decent. Like, I can grind, I don't know. I grind for a musical, which is pretty helpful. And it wasn't that bad. It's going to be a little bit harder to grind for the unstable, but we are still going to end up doing it. But yeah, most people don't know how to grind gems really effectively, or really be able to unbox for that. 4 clones of villains? I think there's 1 main one and then 3 clones. I think is how it's considered, lore-wise. The one in Remnant World specifically is different. It's just King, Remnant King, because it's all Remnant people there. So, yeah. Dylan, Jillian, and I think Willen are there, and then there's just Illin? Willen? Whatever. Yeah, there's one in, there's an additional one in, Void, that doesn't have a questline anywhere else, which is kind of like the father, as in, like, where all the clones came from in the first place. He is worded as father, but not like actually their father, just kind of he was the original and the clones were made of him. Should I get Vexfire first or immediately go for Cosmic Being? Just go for Cosmic Being immediately. Like, Vexfire isn't enough cheaper or better to really go... It's not really like one of those stepping stones. You're much better off just going straight for Cosmic Wing, I think. Like, it's not like it's halfway cheaper, and, like, honestly, it's not too bad to go for a Cosmic Wing. Like, you get Lucky Cats, and then you can pretty much go for a Cosmic Wing. Actually, I'll probably go for a Cosmic Wing on this count, just to meme around. Actually, would that actually be realistic? Let me think about that. Because I'd be running Lucky Cats, I'd be running no Lucky... Is that actually realistic? Yeah, because Lucky Cats are what? Like, I don't know. 80, 60, 80 cell stats? Okay, so they're about 3 times better than what I have currently. I don't know, I can go check. Yeah, let me go check really quick. Alright, site data. Because yeah, I know how much gems I grind at a time on this account, so if I just figure out how much better like Lucky Cat is from Musical, I can get a rough estimate of how long it'd take me to get a Cosmic Ring once I get like Lucky Cats. Alright, Story's horrible. Cell rate. Lucky Cat, 101 cell rate. Whew. Okay, yeah, no, that's about... Checks. Looking for a mythical around here. I guess it's probably a bit better. Mythical, there we go. There we go. 23.5. So it's about 4 times our stats of musical, or a bit better. So probably a total of like 6 times if we upgrade it to 4 Lucky Cats. So 4 times, so 6 times, let's say. I'm grinding, what did I say, like 10 million every hour or so, let's say. Probably a little bit faster, so that's about 60 to 75 million an hour. You need 6 billion for a cosmic wing. Okay, that's only 100. That's 100 hours. We're not going for cosmic wing super early, I guess. The funny thing is, if you like have if you have the game passes, it's like 25 hours because you have double luck, double currency, all that fun stuff. Yeah, I don't think we'll be able to get a cosmic wing on this count. It's a lot of grinding. We definitely will be able to get other like classifieds, I think, like Rain Wave, but nothing stat wise. Yeah, but we should be able to upgrade our Disruptor again, which should help quite a bit. Am I going to make a Halloween event stream? We'll see. I can definitely tell, like, this Halloween event, I'm not going to be as grindy as I have been in previous Halloween events. I mean, I can't say exactly why that's going to be the case, but I can already feel that like that's just going to be how I play this event. It's going to be a lot more chill, not as grindy. Yeah, okay, that's a ways away. But yeah, I'll probably still go for a mythical. I'll probably go for a lot of the craft. I'll probably go for all the craftables. I don't know. It's like one of those things where like, there's not that much content I can make on the Halloween event. I don't know. I feel like Halloween events are more grindy than they are anything else. And yeah, I do a lot. I feel like I do too much grinding on like as streams on this guy. I need to really worry about more videos, to be honest. And there isn't really much reason for a video on the Halloween event. Hello. For the next 2-3 months, all the next updates are literally going to be events. So I'm not actually expecting that much from them. But yeah, I feel like the updates Go Similar Needs are not going to be the updates we get for a while. Like changes to free-to-play, changes to new player experience, all that fun stuff that, you know, the game kind of desperately needs. But yeah, no, most likely it'll be continuations of Remnant Zone. Probably once we get out of this event thing, so mid-January, late January, we'll end up getting another classified, I'd imagine. And probably also another quest line in Remnant Zone telling us what's coming up next. New world, yeah. I mean, there is an upcoming world in, as it says here, coming soon. I think it's going to be similar to Bloxbite HQ, where it's just kind of a mini world for a new Remnant Zone boss. This is mainly because I've heard people say something about a new boss or whatever, and also I think a dialogue, Queen's dialogue hints that we'll fight her at some point. So, but. And I really doubt they're going to add like 3,000 more things onto second arc when like first arc was. I mean, first arc was main hub, Ghost World, backdoor, whereas Remnant Zone is currently only like Remnant Zone, but it also has NPCs throughout main hub, Ghost World, and backdoor. So yeah, we'll see. Do I think Bloxbite needs to add... I don't think the game needs big updates. If you see, like, every time we have, like, a hype. So, Halloween event dropped. We had 400 players in the game. Sentinel drop. Completely, like, unrelated. Ghost Similar popped up to, like, 400 players. What the game, I think, needs to survive is changes to how new players can get into the game. Because right now on this account, this is kind of the new player experience. I think we're 60 hours in. We haven't even reached anything added in the last 3 years. We're literally still living in, like, 2020. It just takes forever for new players to actually find any of the new hype content. And really, new players should be able to access new content pretty quickly. Maybe not instantly, but pretty quickly. But right now they have to go play through the game the entire time, which is maybe a little bit faster than this, but at the same time they don't know like what to do, and they aren't as dedicated as I am. Like, I've taken, I don't know, 4 months on this count, about 3 to 4 hours a week. I think that's a pretty, I mean, that's lower. I think that's lower than what dedicated people put in. Dedicated people would probably put in more like 2 hours a day, every day for a week, which, you know, but at the same time, do you think they should add NPCs like Liz but actually make them good? I think they need to overhaul how all pet stats actually work. Because as it is right now, like, increase the stats of Liz's pets, increase the stats of those that you get from pet crates. Maybe even give people free good stat pets, like literally just for joining the game. Not like codes or anything that are locked behind people entering these codes. Like, just everyone gets 2 or 3 free good stat pets when they join the game for the first time or join the game. You know, that's what I think would make the game flourish the most. I personally think restarting everything is needed. I don't know if that would be enough of good pets, though, for really people to progress as fast as I'd like them to. I have like a 2 to 3 rebirth account and then 1 close to void. Yeah, no. It's literally, as a casual player in Ghost Simulator, you're not going to get anywhere close to new content in your first, like, 6-8 months of playing. It is slow. Welcome back, a newcomers update? Yeah. A free pet? No, I don't think a free pet after they join the group. I think if people are joining the group, like, joining the group isn't as easy as people think it is. Like, I know it is just joining a group, but, like, it also requires you to know the group exists, want to join the group, and not feel like, oh, joining this group is kind of a pain. Because that's kind of, honestly... Okay, thinking about the other simulators, okay. I, for one, play a lot of random simulators every once in a while when I get bored on Roblox. I don't even think about joining those groups, because, you know, why would I join a group for that game? I'm not really planning on playing it long term. I'm playing it casual just to kind of, you know, have fun. But yeah. Okay, yeah, no, that's why makes it less less to open a pet crate. Opening pet crates is already pretty much useless to new players. I mean, the pet stats you get from them is pretty bad. So I mean, yeah, I think first thing would be to upgrade pet stats. But like as an endgame player, Deadbolt, you should know that you don't even care about pet crates stats. Like other than classifieds, you haven't used anything from a pet crate since like pet crate 4. Maybe not even then. So saying new players should be rewarded to open pet crates is really kind of hypocritical when endgame players aren't opening pet crates for pet stats. Like, you know, I don't know. That's just my opinion. Alright, yeah, we'll open this. Stacks. We've had her after the join group from a pet crate from me. Like, a rare from pet crate 1. Guys, do you know how much stats pets in pet crate 1 have? They're literally garbage. No, like, I'm talking good pets for, like, more of mid-game. Like, starting out in the game, your pet stats are fine. Like, you know, up until, like, Jesse or whatever, your pets are fine. You're fine, like, not running any pets, pretty much. It is Jesse and onward that pets really fall off, stat-wise. So giving a person a free thing from the worst pet crate is not helpful. They need more of something like, I don't know, 50 cell stats. Grand Street, for instance. That would make progression, you know, it would still be slow. Oh, if you have 4 Grand Streets, you're still going to be super slow. It's still going to take you like 4 hours to upgrade your packs and vacs for Ghost World or whatever, each time. Not 4 hours, but like an hour or whatever. Which is, you know, really, really slow still. But, you know, it's faster than the 8 hours they'd have to spend if they only have pet crates to do it with. Like, and I mean, honestly, that's still too slow. I'm thinking more of like 100 stats for cell stats. Like, just for free. That might be a little bit too much, but, you know. Am I going to do the Halloween account event? Yes. Not on this account, but on my main account, I'll definitely do it. I'll definitely stream something or another, or have a video on something or another. I just don't know what yet. Like, realistically speaking, I don't know how much. I'll definitely be streaming some, just not as much as, like, last few years. Those level up 5 pets to level 6's mission. Oh. Yeah, leveling. Okay. The funny thing about leveling up quests is every time someone gets one of those, they're like, hey, can someone give me a free pet at this level? No one has pets at that level. It's going to be faster just to level up a common or your own pet for that. Like, it's just not something that you need to optimize too much. But yeah. Yeah, no, once you get heavy armor, it definitely changes how you do bosses. It's every time I rebirth, it's definitely a struggle redoing bosses because it's like, I grab it and I sit down and like take a nap or whatever. And then I get hit and I'm like, oh wait, I have to like constantly move around this boss. This is kind of annoying. But yeah. Hello. I think an overhaul to pet stats is needed, and to be honest, removing a lot of pets, like only having 1 pet of each rarity in pet crates would be good. No. Keep the amount of pets we have in each crate. I think that's good. I think that variety is fine. I think more of the it would be making them better, like, you know. Because if you only have one, I kind of Halloween event, Thanksgiving event. Actually, this Halloween event I think is probably the best example. Has only one of each rarity. I hate that. I don't know. I hate having only one common. I know for events that's actually helpful for my pet space, but it kind of just feels like every time you get a common, it's like, oh, the same common, and it's kind of bland and annoying. I personally like having 4 commons, 3 uncommons, 2 rares. It makes it a little bit more interesting. Like, I'm not using any of those, and I don't think anyone is using any of those. It's just nice to have it in the box. I mean, there's no reason to retroactively delete them. Maybe going forward, pet crates could only have 1 common. That would be fine. I would like it, but it would be fine because that's less content they're making of just these garbage pets that no one's using anyways. But there's really no reason to retroactively remove them from pet crates they already have them in. Because, like, it isn't hurting to have them there, and, you know, it actually helps a little bit in terms of people that can be like, oh, that's a cool pet. I want that one specifically. Alright, we are... No, we're not even still close. We can't even buy the battery yet. And I kind of want to buy the disruptor first. Yeah, getting good pets, I think, is like just kind of a necessary thing. Like I generally say pet stats aren't that important for grinding through the game. I am realizing how wrong I've been about, like, a lot of what I've said. Like sometimes I'm like, hey, no, stats don't really matter for progression because it's all quest-based. And quests generally are just ghosts. Yeah, that's true. Until you don't have enough stats to get the next vacuum upgrade from Leo in, like, 4 hours. Then it's, yeah, pet stats would be nice. But yeah, this is pretty much the last quest we have to do for Billy. And I mean, it's slow, but it's not that slow. Like overall, Backdoor is going to be faster than Ghost World was. Even though Backdoor's later. I think even, like, was Backdoor faster than Main Hub? They're pretty similar in length, just because I was doing all the lore quests. But, I mean, definitely if you just do the progression quests in, like, Main Hub, it is fine. But, like, if you include all the time I was spending on lore quests in there, I think it's Main Hub was slower than Ghost World, and Ghost World's slower than Backdoor, and Backdoor is slower than Remnant World, and the game literally just gets faster and faster as you play through the game, which is just kind of backwards. Will I be starting Rowan today? Probably. I mean, we've only been an hour and we're already, like, I don't know, pretty far into this quest line. So yeah, we're probably going to start into Rowan. The problem is we can't actually do his pet unbox quest, which I think is his second quest. So we kind of just either have to stop there or go grind some gems, which, you know, everyone knows how grinding gems is. Yeah, because that's literally a second quest, isn't it? Upgrade, unboxed in Pet Crate 10. I guess we could use crate keys to get it. It's not like we're gonna have too much of a better use for crate keys, other than maybe void crate. But yeah. All right, let's try to finish up the Trojan horses and crazy cows, so we don't have to go there. Hello. I will be able to afford it. I just, according to the rules, I don't have bubbles yet, so I can't actually unbox requests for Pet Crate 10 yet. Because or index. All right, yeah. There are some rules that you know, a bit more arbitrary. We have a little bit from Pet Crate 9 just because I had to unbox it for a quest once. But yeah, we can't actually use that yet, so. How many more Trojan horse do I need? This one plus 2 more. Alright, so we have ours. What are you going to do on Halloween tomorrow? I'm probably going to stay home and do nothing. I'm a very, very boring person in real life. No parties, no nothing. Maybe, you know, candy, but other than that, no. We don't really live anywhere where people come and trick-or-treat, like way out of the way. So it's not like we're going to have any trick-or-treaters coming to have a decorated house or candy or anything, but yeah. Tomorrow's your birthday party? Oh, that's solid. Like sometimes it's kind of bad to have your birthday on an event or holiday. And I mean, it's probably not the best, but yeah. That's kind of cool. Alright, done with those two, and now we just need spaceship and bees. In my country, we don't celebrate Halloween. Aw. Yeah, no, I think Halloween is... I don't know. It's just kind of a holiday in the U.S. It's not really like something like... It's like kids get free candy is kind of the theme of the holiday in most people's minds. So, yeah. We need a conversation starter? Yeah, I'm not great at holding a conversation on stream. It's... I can rant about random stuff, but it's not really a conversation. They don't celebrate here too? Yeah. Okay. Most Europeans don't celebrate Halloween. I mean, out of all the holidays, it's probably the least interesting for the US too, because it's kind of just kind of a, oh, if you have free time, you can kind of do this cool stuff. It's more, as I said, it's more candy for kids is why it's a holiday. Is kids are like, hey, free candy. And people are like, hey, we can give kids free candy. Which, you know, as weird as it sounds, people like giving out free candy. Or, not everyone, but like, some people are like, hey, I can be nice, give kids free candy, decorate my house, be that cool person on the block. We do have some sort of equivalent, just without the scary part. Yeah, I mean, I think here in the U.S. even, it's not really scary. I mean, there's definitely some Halloween movies where it's all the scary movies, but I personally haven't cared that much about that part, but that might just be because of, you know, what my growing up and how I was raised or whatever, rather than actual how Americans think about it, but yeah. Oh yeah, religious holidays are something different too. To our discussion, $5 million. You know, if $5 million. Yeah, I think I'd take that. That's like, I don't know, 50 years. Just taken care of for your life. I mean, no, like, that's like 50 years that you don't have to worry about money ever. Which, I mean, I think I'd definitely take the money because, you know, just as long as you're always thinking about that and remembering to constantly move, not worth it. Yeah, but like, you know, you can die a billion other ways too. Like, you know, you might not even die to the snail. But yeah, no, and just like keep moving around. Like, I don't. If you're driving a car, how's the snail going to catch up to you? I don't know how fast the snail moves, but you know, it's pretty slow. Things happen. Yeah, just don't be in one place for too long. Take an airplane or whatever. It never stops. Yeah, but okay. Hypothetically, you just every like 2 weeks or whatever take an airplane ride from, I don't know, across the world or whatever, and you're fine. Okay, maybe not fine. Like it'd be kind of hard to figure out exactly where it is, so it might be way too close to one of them. But yeah, 1.39 days to travel a mile. Okay, the world's what, like 7,000 miles? Why am I in here? I don't need these ghosts. Yeah, 7,000 miles. So you just travel 4,000 miles, camp there for, I don't know, 3 years. Yeah, yeah, no, 4,000 miles, 3 years. No, I mean, obviously snail would just go under the water or whatever. But like, yeah, 3,000 miles away. That's literally at 1.39 days to travel a mile. That's 3,000 days. That's almost 10 years. Imagine if the same scenario, but it happens to everyone at the same time. They each get their own snail. I think then you'd hit a bit of an inflation problem. Where the $5 million that everyone has is not really worth it. But yeah, no. I think, especially if you're able to figure out where the snail starts, that's like a really good one because if you don't know where the snail starts, you're kind of just chilling for a long time in one spot, trying to make sure like literally you figure out where it is so you can kind of not move directly on top of it or whatever. Ignore the money, it's just survival. I mean, yeah, if everyone got $5 million, the money would kind of be worthless. It starts 2 M behind you to 2 miles or 2 minutes. Because if it's 2 minutes behind you, that's really nice. 2 miles behind you, that's 2 meters. Okay, yeah, no, if you know exactly where it is, you can kind of keep track of where it is, meaning you don't need to worry about it catching up to you. Because if you don't know where it is, that's the bad part. But if you know where it is, you see a snail, you kind of keep mental track of it, relative position, and then if you ever need to find it again, you can kind of do that, which is kind of nice. 2 meters and goes 2 hours. No, a snail would travel more than 2 meters in an hour. I think it's like, I don't know, almost probably like 6 inches a minute or whatever. So it'd probably take 6 to 8 minutes or whatever for it to catch you, which is not slow. I mean, but 6 to 8 minutes to go move, I don't know, 2 meters, that's pretty good. But yeah, I think truth be told, that it's not that hard to avoid a snail. As long as you don't forget about it and then move 1,000 miles every year or whatever, it's going to be fine. Yeah, I mean, also, I'm assuming here, like, it can go through doors or whatever, so you can't just, like, lock all your doors in your house and be fine. Because if you can do that, that's just dumb easy. Because at that point, you just kind of make a moat or whatever in your house, or not a moat, but like a very simple security things. No, I mean, it'd still, like, climb up the tree house. I'm fairly sure, but, like, if you're able to, like, close and seal yourself in or whatever, and it can't go through, like, doors or anything, you live in a... You close the door on your room, make it, like, you know, sealed or whatever, and you're pretty much fine. But yeah, no, even if it does go through walls and whatever, like, within reason, obviously, but it's still not that bad. Just cook the snail. I think we're missing the fact that it's immortal. But yeah. No, I think with $5 million though, you have enough money to, like, deal with that. Now let's imagine the snail has the ability to fly just at the same speed. That is a little bit more difficult to, because flying gives it a lot more mobility than you'd think, because you can't just, like, you know, fly forever and be fine, which would be technically a thought if it couldn't fly. Again, seal yourself in a room. If it can't go through doors and stuff, you're fine. But, you know. But yeah, no. I think that's slow enough where, like, you move 1,000 miles, you now have 2 years to do whatever you want. And then you move back for, like, a year and a half, and then just every year and a half swap places. Yeah, just don't seal yourself in a room with a chimney. Yeah, make sure you don't have, like, access to air or an open window or anything, and you're fine. Yeah, just don't forget to do that. I mean, that is living in one spot. But I think the easier plan is, like, fly 1,000 miles away, live there for 2 years, hop back for a year and a half, and then just swap every year and a half after that. And you should be plenty fine. I mean, yeah, obviously living in a helicopter, the thing is, you're burning through your money at that rate. Having 2 vacation homes that you just swap between is much better. Or much cheaper, I should say. It's probably not better, but it's cheaper. And yeah, if you know where it's starting, then you can kind of just plan ahead and just be like, hey, I'm going to live this far away, let it get about to the halfway point or whatever, and then just keep it in that halfway point constantly. And just kind of have that, like, no-go zone in that middle area so that you don't kind of go there, but yeah. I mean, yeah, but, like, you have $5 million. You're fine. But anyways, these are the last 2 ghosts. I don't think we are going to be able to vacuum them, just as we're going to run out of battery before we vacuum them, which is going to be kind of annoying, but whatever. But yeah, that will be Billy done, pretty much. Oh, yeah. We are going to pretend that Snail cannot just, you know, figure out your flight plan schedule and then show up there instead of, Okay, if you had to avoid an ant. Ooh. Ants are a lot faster than snails. And are smaller, so that's going to be more of an issue. I mean, I definitely would avoid this one, pretty much no cost, at all costs. But, yeah, there we go. We are done with Billy, which means we now vacuum Ghost faster. So instead of taking, you know, forever to vacuum this ghost, we now take forever -1. But yeah. 5 hours to travel a mile? Yeah, whew. I would definitely pass on this one if I had the option to. Anyways, let's go upgrade our disruptor since we've been able to for a while. And yeah, now we move on to Rowan, which we can't actually do the unboxing quest for, so we probably stop right when we get there. But yeah, that was what, 4 hours to go ahead and do all of Billy? That's like not that bad. That's... He definitely has a bad reputation, a lot worse than what he actually is, but you know. The fact he gives a useless quest isn't actually... It is kind of... shows that it is kind of deserved, but... Oh, so it can climb onto cars and... Oh. Yeah, I mean, if the snail could do that, I would definitely run. I'd definitely not take it, because, yeah, that would... make it travel a lot faster. But yeah, no, the best way to do that would probably be... No, because that can catch up. You can't just stay in one place, or two places, or whatever. You'd have to, like, swap very, very frequently. Because if it can travel on a plane or whatever, it can pretty much get to you within 2 days, no matter where you go. So your best plan is more... No, I guess if it doesn't know where, like, planes are going, though, it would be fine. But, like, if it knows, like, the plane schedules, like, knows which plane to hop on to get to you, that would be a different story. Because, like, what's it going to do? It's going to hop onto a random plane, it's going to end up in Antarctica. It isn't super likely to actually get anywhere with cars and stuff. It always knows the best way to get to. Yeah! Yeah. That's... Oh, because that's like a 2 day... You have like 2 days or whatever. Max. Like, a day for it to get to the nearest... Not even a day, wow. No, because... Oh my... No, that's... That... Whew. I mean, obviously the best place there would be that helicopter idea. Just chill in a helicopter because it can't get onto that helicopter. You know, because basically anywhere else you go, like, it grabs onto a car that's heading to the airport, gets on a plane to the nearest airport from you, and then hops onto a car that's going within 3 miles of you. And I mean, I'm fairly sure that is doable within 2 days. So, you'd constantly be running. Yeah, you have no additional friends unless you can... No additional money unless you can convince your friends. Yeah, I would say you're probably dead within 3 weeks. You'd be dead within 3 weeks. No, like, literally no matter what, unless you had, like, billions of dollars to start off with. And even then, you'd only last as long as your helicopter's in the air. Yeah, but being able to travel by, like, plane or whatever, plane and car, that's huge. that pretty much evens the playing field, and yeah. Now imagine the free-for-all of it happening to everyone at the same time. No, you just kind of nope out of that. No. Yeah, now, if you just trap the ant, if everyone just traps an ant near them, you know. No. It would be a pain. Let's see, is there actually a good strategy to that? Because, let me think. Yeah, I mean, I can't think of a good strategy. Because even, like, planning around, like, every, like, week or whatever. It's going to catch up to you really quick. So, right. And, like, if you go into... you'd have to, like, hop Airbnbs every, like, day or whatever and hope for the best. But, yeah. If an ant gets killed, it targets the next nearest person. Oh. They insult each other. I think it would take probably around... It'd probably take around, 7... I mean... I think within the first 2 weeks, everyone, like, more than 50% would be, of the population would be dead, at which point, it's pretty much assured that everyone else is going to die. But I think it would take probably a good 2 to 3 years for everyone to actually end up dead. I mean... Now imagine this, but for 2 hours of conversation, that's what happened. Yeah, you can definitely, when you're making up hypotheticals like this, you can actually make conversations go wild. I mean, most of the time, it's kind of just stupid, but right now I'm grinding Ghost Simulator, so what else am I going to do? But yeah. You know. Alright, but yeah, now we kind of get stuck because next quest is going to be unbox pet crate, so, or, wow, it's not unbox the pet crate. But yeah, for me this quest was instant completed on my main. For this alt, it's going to take a little bit longer. Actually, how close are we to the antenna upgrade? Just wondering. Okay, we don't have either of them. We need 250, 150. We have 193, so we're about 50 away there. And USBs. It's always under the quest, isn't it? 17. Not great. All right. Oh, one of the things I've been thinking about recently in Ghost Simulator is that there's a lot of features that actually feel really nice for new players. Like, the boss system, for instance, feels really nice for a new player. Crate key system feels really nice as a new player, and then it kind of just dies down. And I really hate how that feels. Like, I remember being a new player to Ghost Simulator, and my first crate key or whatever, I remember getting it. I was like, oh, this is a really cool item. Can't wait to go figure out what to spend it on. Now getting a crate key, like, even on this account, it's kind of like, meh. I have 100 crate keys on this account. I have, like, 400 on my main. It's one of those things where I don't care about it anymore. But, yeah. And I really wish a lot of those features were kept up to date to the standards. I mean, that's going to be part of my game balancing series. What did we upgrade? Oh. Juliana's quest. That's right on it. What are cosmetic pets used for? Cosmetic pets are used for this. So yeah, right now we have a nice little pet team here. I don't like how Blob looks. Ta-da! cosmetic pet. So basically, you're using the stats of, or well, we did that wrong. Let me just redo that correctly. Ta-da! It now looks like I have a 8-bit equipped. And I'm using the stats of Blob, so you can use whatever pets you want for display. The thing is, no one really actually looks at your pets, so yeah. But if I wanted to, for instance, make all of my pets look like a blob, I can go do that. And rather than, you know, now being stuck with all of an ugly team, I now have a very nice, consistent team. Yeah, it is just cosmetic, but, you know. Some people care more about cosmetics than others. I personally have pets off pretty much entirely on my main account. Both my own, others, so I don't care as much. But yeah, if you want to have like 4 of a certain pet equipped, or your favorite purple pet equipped, you can do that. You know, not that anyone will see your pets because everyone plays with other people's pets turned off. But yeah. But yeah, no, I think a good buff to crate key, I mean, a lot of this I'm going to be covering in a video. I have a script actually somewhat written. But like crate keys, I think they should give you double luck on whatever you open. I don't think they're common enough to break the game with that. And maybe just because they are like doubled luck, you remove them from like void crates or the race crate or whatever. Stuff you can't buy with gems. But probably keep those. Just only remove them if you think people would get annoyed or whatever. But yeah, and then also make them a lot cheaper to buy with Robux, so that people can actually, you know, go ahead and make use out of another Robux purchasables. There's so many bad Robux purchasables at the moment. What's the coolest classified in my opinion? Euphoria, I think. Actually, Sunspot's pretty good too. Prism's pretty good, but I don't think that would be considered cool. Splash I really like. Cosmic Ring is purple, although I don't think that quite saves it. But yeah, either Suns... Actually, yeah, I don't think there's very many good boards either. I'd say Euphoria, the color-changing tree theme is just so sick. It was my favorite developer classified before I figured out it was color-changing, so, yeah. What's the best game pass? Double items. Not even a question. It's like... It doubles the amount of items you can grind, which doubles the amount of gum you can get. And gum will, quadruple the amount of other stuff you can grind, which, you know... is just so OP with how gum stacks. Is it legal to use an auto-clicker for crates? Yes. You are allowed to use auto-clickers for any crates. Devs are aware that people do it, and it is, I know it is a bit cheesy, like, it is kind of free classifieds, but it is allowed. Admins have used it in the past, developers are aware of auto-clicker usage in their game, people like me have used auto-clickers on stream, so yeah. It is actually auto-clickers. The only thing that you aren't allowed to do in Go Similar, macro, you aren't allowed to use anything other than like an auto-clicker for automating actions. So you can't like have predefined inputs like automatically vacuuming ghosts and whatever. You can't auto-click to grind. So if you have Atlantis event was a good example of this. If you stood in a certain position on the Atlantis event, if you just auto-click in one position, you'd end up auto-shooting ghosts. Or both the bosses, which could auto grind for a lot of keys. That was not allowed. So if you're auto clicking to like grind ghosts or whatever, it is not allowed. Auto clicking to like grind boss or whatever. But if you're like actively on your PC, auto clicking to grind Like, just click a boss faster or whatever, so you don't have to click. You're fine. If you're doing that same thing, but to like on a crate, you're fine as long as you're like actively on your computer and not just, you know. On that same vein, macroing for auto unbox, so like auto unboxing overnight away from your PC, that's not allowed. Unboxing if you're like, yeah, automatically unboxing, like other than like auto clicking to instantly unbox crates, not allowed. I'm getting really confusing here. I think you guys understand. I'm going to try to be quiet now. Alright, yep, but yeah, now we have open pet crate 10. We kind of need to get the godly bubbles before we're allowed to unbox this. So, let's go ahead, upgrade our battery, because we can. And now, let's think. We could burn some crate keys. We do have like 10 or 12 crates left, so we could use Lucky Gun for that. Alright, let's unequip these, re-equip our, level 2 birdie. Where is that level 2 birdie? It's right here. Level it up, and then see about going ahead and getting some. Actually, it'll be faster just to do a boss, probably. Yeah, auto yes, macro no. Technically, an auto clicker is a macro of sorts. But it's a lot simpler, since it doesn't move or whatever, it's static, it's kind of just clicking really fast. But yeah. Anything more than that's not allowed, and if you are using an auto clicker for automatic grinding of like bosses or something like that, it is not allowed, so. More or less, you have to be at your PC while grinding. And you can't just have the game play itself for you. Yeah, without the ghost randomly move and stuff like that, I don't think it'd be super effective. I think it'll be a little bit easier with the auto blaster, but yeah. I wish my cell phone could support Ghost Simulator once again. Oh yeah, laggy on like mobile and whatever is kind of bad. Especially once you start getting like outdated phones because it's like too expensive to actually stay up with all the modern stuff because free market capitalism does make stuff expensive. Anyways, there we go. But yeah, it's so nice to have the heavy armor for doing bosses. Actually, on my main account, I got the heavy armor again for like grinding the event, Easter event. Having heavy armor basically makes the ghosts not knock you over every time they shoot you, which is super nice. I love how we aren't even one-shotting all these ghosts way back here because we haven't upgraded our pet stats at all. We are kind of behind on our packs and backs. I think we have like... Alright, there we go. Go to our villain, there you go. There's your quest. Level up any legendary pet to level 2. Alright, that shouldn't be too bad. Unequip. Do I have anything already? Nope, not really. Alright. Jidget, you're up. 100 pet, 100 XP. This is not going to be too bad. But yeah, we're pretty much going to do this. We're going go ahead and use all the gems we get from this to go ahead and try to unbox for a bubbles. And probably not get a bubbles and then go ahead and end the stream. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit shorter stream than before just because I didn't end up getting like bubbles and whatever, which is kind of unfortunate because like 9.5 million gems, you really should get bubbles. I mean, it's only a like 65% chance of actually getting bubbles, but like that's more than half, so like on average you would get it. But yeah, we'll go ahead and just continue grinding, I guess. Alright, this is probably up to like level like 60 or whatever now. Yeah, 74, so 25 more. About 2 more areas worth. What is the hardest hoverboard to get? Like get as in it's currently obtainable or get as in like ever. Because in terms of ever, there is I think 4 current mythical hoverboards from a giveaway from people who bought stuff in the Bloxbyte's actual real life store, which is sold some merch. When they released it, they did a giveaway. That would technically be the rarest, as in there's only 4 of it. Unless there was a board for gems, I don't think there was though. But yeah, in terms of currently obtainable though, that would probably be Nebula Nora, or Nebulor. Whatever you get from the Streak Loot Bag or Ghost Loot Bag. Those classifieds are really rare to get. Like, you know, it's like 1 in 1,000 per, and you only get 1 every week for the Streak Loot Bag if you play regularly, and once every 2 weeks for a Ghost Loot Bag, assuming they actually have a code for it. But yeah, let's go ahead and use some Lucky Gum. Go ahead and use an auto clicker. Because I can't... Actually, no, we only have like 12 crates. We don't even really need to use an auto clicker for this. Like, realistically speaking, we aren't getting anything. Yeah, we don't even need a... we should clean up our inventory a little bit. Sorry, wing pigs and sheep and whatever. We're getting cleaned up. Alright, that should be good enough. Alright. But yeah, one of those classifieds from the Streak or Ghost Loot Bag are really hard to actually get. But yeah, if we get a ding, that's fine. That just means we can move on with that quest. Obviously, the ideal thing would be us getting a bubbles, which would be a ding, but we could get a ding with the legendary too. Actually, I could see about grinding, since we do have access to the data stream now. We can actually go ahead and start grinding for gums. It wouldn't be really great yet, but we can go ahead and use like items to go ahead and convert to gum, to get some like glitchy loot gum or whatever to hopefully start like a glitchy loot gum grind. Actually, we're a bit slow on vacuum ghosts. But yeah, just burnt through 13 crates to get anything. I mean, it's not like we're expected to get anything. It's like 20 per, but whatever. Yeah, let's go ahead, head to the gum machine, see if we have any, like, excess items, and then convert those, because I don't think we have too much excess items, like, advanced parts we need, these we need. I guess I could use, like, bobbers, like, this is going to be 1 gum, this is going to be another 1 gum, this is going to be 1 gum, and this is going to be like 3 gums, so like 6 gums. Yeah, it's not a great rate, but you know. Got a glitchy loot gum. And then we can go ahead and use that glitchy loot gum hopefully in data stream to go ahead and get more gums. Actually, I kind of want to see, because it's probably better just to use vacuum gum. But we got 0. Just because of how long it takes to vacuum ghosts. Yeah, because this is a wild vacuum ghost. I don't think we're ready to start using loot gum for grinding yet. Just takes too long to vacuum ghosts. I could go use crate keys. What else am I going to be using crate keys on for this guy? Let's think. I can use it for more expensive crates, which is actually probably ideal since it is going to start to take us a while to grind for the gems. Yeah, especially like crate 11. That's going to be really expensive. So yeah, I guess we should not be using crate keys for this. Loot gum or vacuum gum. I think vacuum gum for us, since we are taking a while to vacuum ghost, is the best. Loot gum is definitely better once you get like maxed out and whatever, but for us, because we vacuum ghost so slowly, just being able to like triple the amount of ghosts we can vacuum is pretty much the same as tripling our loot, tripling our X. But yeah, if you're one-shotting ghosts, vacuum gum's useless again, so it's really up to where you're at. Yeah, trying to watching this slow grind is definitely something I'm not used to. As on my max account, I'd be able to go ahead and like pretty much instantly get through here. I think we're going to go ahead and actually, did I get any glitchy X gum? That looks like a no. Okay. If I got like any glitchy X gum, I'd go switch over to main hub and do some gem grinding. Alright, do I have any more? I guess I could also... Actually, yeah, let's go do that. Use a ghostly gem gum, I guess. And then open up all these, like, loot bags we have, because this could actually be a decent amount. Got a lot of speed. Nothing from that. I mean, mainly we're caring about here is gems. It's not, you know, too big of a deal. Yeah, and then these aren't going to give us much. I'm just opening them because, you know, while we're here. And I have, yeah, so about 1 million gems. Not super insane, but whatever. And then 3 speeds and nothing else. Alright, I think that's all the gems we have from that. I mean, it's gem gum. And yeah, that'll give us like a 10% chance at getting a godly that we need. You know. We'll go ahead and wait until our gem gum refreshes. so we can use our lucky gum instead. Seconds. I did the same thing for like ghostly gum, tried to get some more ghostly gum. The main thing I actually care about is X gum, because that's what I grind gems with in main hub. And I got 2 glitchy X gum for Juliana's quest, which I went ahead and used. I really should be grinding more gems for when I use that, because it was like, I don't know, like 15 minutes per, and it was like kind of bad, the amount of gems I got. Whereas, like, if I saved both those 2 and did, like, 2 hours with each, I'd have so much more gems and not have to worry about using X gum now and being just pathetic. Amounts. But, yeah. Let's go ahead and use the basic lucky gum, and then hopefully go ahead and get this bubbles finally. Like with this amount of gems, we should at least go ahead and get the legendary, which is... How many crates was that? That was, I used an auto clicker for like 2 seconds. Hey, we got a legendary at least. Probably not the godly, but we got the legendary. Yeah, we did. Oh, no, we did get bubbles. All right. Change of plans, guys. We got our bubbles, so that means that we can go ahead and actually unbox crate 11 for the okay, we don't actually. No, that's fine. That's fine. We have crate keys. Let's go. So yeah, now we can unbox Pet Crate 10 since we're done with Pet Crate that. And yeah, we'll go ahead and just use a crate key so we can progress with Jackbox. Is that actually? How are we looking pet stats wise? Because if I sort here by Ecto Token, we should have, yeah, it's an upgrade now. Actually, let's go ahead and get the digit up and then go ahead and equip the... Just level-wise for... Although I'm fairly sure my next quest over here will be... upgrading our antenna, so... Nope, jumping through the green ring. Now it's upgrading our antenna. Free to play, you get 4 keys per tower, so it'd take about 63 towers to get mythical. You should do that. Yeah, I'm not allowed to play events on this, or I don't remember how I worded it. I don't know if it's I'm not allowed to play events or I'm not allowed to use event items. But yeah, I'm not planning on playing event on this account. I'm going to be playing it on my main, which will be getting 11 keys per tower. Which, you know, is just insane. Then I also have enchanted boss gum if I go ahead and get 4 to that, so I can go ahead and just, you know, cheese into that. But the thing is, I actually have, like, on this account, 27 basic boss gum, which I'm not using on anything at the moment. Like, I might actually end up using them on races, because races are that good. I mean, they aren't that good, but, like, doubling the race loot bags I get would probably be the best use. Actually, no. We're going to have final boss. We're probably going to use them on the final boss. I think I'd probably die a little inside grinding final boss on this account though, so it might be only like 1 or 2 final bosses, just for, you know, a few things. Yeah, boss gum does work on races. When races first came out, it didn't. But once they added the event gum, it does, and it also works on the race coins you get from it. Same thing with the double boss drops, game pass, so, yeah. More or less, when they added the boosted event drops, boss gum was buffed slightly, not updated. It was a shadow buff. Alright. Anyways, we should be about like 10 ghosts away from getting the this dude's quest, and then we can go ahead and actually do the upgrade our antenna, use our bubbles, do all that fun stuff. 2 more ghosts. 1 more ghost. How close are we? Okay, never mind. It was a bit more ghost than I was thinking. Let's go grab an anomaly though. That'll be pretty nice for the amount. Every tower takes like 10 minutes. 13 minutes per tower. Whew. I think with the vacuum gum, you're probably under, I would say it's more like, yeah, 8 minutes per tower. I don't know. I could do some grounding, figure that out. Just using straight vacuum gum the entire time. But yeah, it's actually a lot more keys than normal. Like even with the ghost floors, if you have like a team of like 3 or 4 people with vacuum gum, even one person with vacuum gum will just speed through like ghost floors. It's kind of crazy how fast they can be. But yeah, even at like 10 minutes per tower, for free to play, it's a while. Like you're saying 13 hours of towers. I mean, 13 hours is a long time, but like I think I spent like 40 hours on the first. Wait, this isn't mathing out correctly. I had 150 keys on the first Halloween Headless Hollows event, first Halloween event. I don't remember how long I grinded, but I thought it was. That's like the slowest event that it's been. But I'm trying to think how much time that would be, because that was like 10 to 15 minutes per tower and 1 key per tower, 150 keys. At like let's say 10 minutes on the fast end. 6 keys per... Was I really grinding 6 keys per an hour for 50 hours? It's not 50 hours, it was... 15 hours? Really? Was it only 15 hours? It had to be longer, 15. 25 hours? I don't know. But whatever. I think you're doing math wrong if it's for, Yeah, you're doing 13 million minutes per tower, and then you're doing 63 towers, 13 hours. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I spent like 25 hours as a free-to-play on the first Halloween event. Like 25 hours, and I missed, like, I was planning on doing the full 40 hours to go ahead and get the Darkwing, because I thought that'd be cool. Unfortunately, I didn't get there, so I spent 25s on 6 or 150 keys on 6 25s. Managed to get 4 Silk Weavers and 2 Trolls, which is like literally the worst possible things you could get from that crate. They're still worth a decent amount. I ended up trading them pretty quickly though, so don't actually have that much. But yeah. Now that we have this, let's go ahead and equip our bubbles over our digit. And there we go. And yeah, now we'll go ahead and just grind all this. Hopefully get our intent upgraded soon here. Actually, how much more do I need? I think I'm done with my... Yeah, I'm done with the... So I just need USBs. And where am I at USBs? 81? So yeah, we're about halfway there already. So we should be there within like 15 minutes. Funny how pay-to-play shortens it to 3 hours, 30 per mythical from 13 hours. Yeah, no, just paying to get like double boss drops, and that is just so. It's value really. And then if you go ahead and use gum, it gets so much quicker because I think someone mathed out it's like 35. It's 35 keys per tower if you're using boss gum, which it's not best. It's not good to use boss gum. I would not recommend using boss gum on this tower. But if you're using enchanted boss gum and you have infinite stores of it, like some people do, and you have no problem burning it on this instead of waiting to use it on final, 35 keys per tower, you can get it done in 10 towers. You could probably get it done in under an hour. Yeah, okay, yeah, you did math correctly. I was just doing my math incorrectly. I was somehow thinking you said 63 hours when you're saying 13 hours, quite clearly. But yeah, no. Headless Hollows, the first Halloween event, was a lot more grindy. There was no boss drops. There was no... all you had was the event pass for that event. And I don't know how many people bought the event pass. I personally did not. But yeah, it's kind of nice. Also, I know it doesn't matter too much. Technically, the Halloween event, they want to call it the dungeon, or I don't think anyone cares too much. But like, I want it to be called the dungeon, and I keep calling it a tower, and it's because just to distinguish between how the Christmas event and the Halloween event are run. Devs kind of want it to be named it. They don't care too much. Like Mackie has just said, dungeon for the Halloween, tower for Christmas, and then whatever tower defense you want to call the egg defense you want to call the Easter event. But yeah, so it's technically called the dungeon, but no one really will care. I don't think it. I think everyone understands if you call it a tower. Even devs will. Devs will generally call it a tower too. I think that's just kind of the norm. But yeah, it's just called. It's called tower in game. Lol. Yeah, it's probably is. It's not a huge deal. I think it's just kind of one of those clarity issues where people kind of want to have it distinguished from the Christmas versus the Halloween. Like I like that distinguish. It's not a huge deal, but yeah, it is definitely called tower in game. I'm sure there are quests that call it a tower. But I think devs are going to try to transition at some point to calling it a dungeon. Just to, make it different from Christmas so that people know the difference and can see the difference between a tower and a dungeon, between Halloween and Christmas traditionally. Because Halloween, we just have ghost floors, we just have just have ghosts and then bosses. With the tower theme, it's more of like random floors and then one boss. Is kind of what they have with Christmas, and I understand why it'd be called the tower. I think calling it a tower is fine, but I think just to differentiate there, allow players to kind of understand that there's a naming difference and it's not just arbitrarily whatever devs feel like for each update. But yeah, but no, you're definitely right. It does call it. I'm 100% sure it calls it a tower in game with quests, with dialogue. Everyone's used to calling it a tower, and I think it's fine to call it a tower. I personally would like if everyone called it a dungeon, but I don't even call it a dungeon all the time either, so I can't expect really anyone to do that. But yeah. It's 21 enchanted boss gums for mythical. That's not right. I guess it's 3 per 7 towers. 35, 7. Yeah, no, that is right. It's actually a little bit under. But yeah. It is a lot of enchanted boss gums. It is faster to just grind more towers than it is to grind that enchanted boss gum, so it's not really worth it to grind. Even if you're using glitchy boss gum, which is the most time-effective gum to grind, it's not worth it. You're going to be getting much more benefits just by grinding the tower rather than switching between grinding gum and grinding the tower. Like, the only only other way is if you aren't like really planning on using that gum any other way, like you aren't planning on grinding more gum, you aren't planning on using that gum anywhere else, then it might be worth it, but most of the time it's just not. Actually, during events like this, it is actually worthwhile to go ahead, if you plan on paying, you can use the boosted event drops gum if you have double drops and kind of grind it that way. That's really the only use of that gum, or any boosted gum for that matter. But it is a decent usage of that. It'll get you, I mean, depending on how many towers you can do in an hour, like 50 keys or so per gum. Is it even 50 keys? No, because it's like 2 keys per boss. 6 bosses per 6 keys per tower. So 50 keys? Yeah, 50 keys. No, 30 keys. Boosted gum, it's not that effective. I wouldn't recommend. But it is the only time where a boosted gum is actually worthwhile. Like, ever. Which is hilarious. Again, I'm doing a series soon where I am kind of suggesting changes to all these boosted gums, to all Robux purchasables in the game to make them better. So, you know, ideally they all get buffed, and I don't want to kind of like share all of my ideas on that, but yeah, I think it definitely, boosted gum, for instance, boosted vent drops gum can definitely get buffed to like 3 times without any issue. Which would make it stonks to go ahead and buy event. It would make it stonks to go ahead and buy boosted event drops gum. But at the same time, you're also sacrificing your vac gum. Like, vacuum gum already is like speeding up your towers, so it's already increasing your towers or your keys per hour. So like, it's not as much as you think it is, like overall. And vacuum gum is cheap. Like, I could probably run on this account vacuum gum the entire event without any issue. At least basic vacuum gum. I might struggle a little bit with like glitchy or ghostly, but yeah. I already have 2 event gum because of codes for free. Oh yeah. Yeah, I really hate how they gave out all that boosted gum for free. Like, it really shouldn't, they should not have already diluted, and like, it's, no one's buying these gums anyways, and then just giving it out for free kind of makes it even less useful. And then because they gave it out for people for free, they had to like disable people from trading it, so they can't just trade it to their mains. Yeah, it's painful. But yeah, we should be about like 5 or, yeah, we're a single USB away from upgrading our antenna. I was about to say 5 USBs. No, we're a single USB away. That's hilariously close. Hello. Oh, we're out of ghostly vacuum gum. Let's switch back over to basic. Have I ever went to a hospital for a serious reason? Not really like life-threateningly serious. I mean, I've broken like my thumb at one point, so I had to go for the hospital for that. That was actually, I was jumping on picnic tables as like a 5-year-old or whatever. I was not the smartest 5-year-old. I'm not the smartest whatever year old I am right now. But yeah, there we go. Can go ahead and upgrade our antenna. Yeah, that was when I was younger, so it heals up faster when you're younger. Wasn't too much of an issue. That's probably the most major one, I guess. Or as in like overall like things. I've also fallen out of a tree once. Sprained my arm, so this arm or this arm? I think it was this arm. But yeah, I was climbing down a tree, branch broke, I fell, sprained my arm, or fractured my arm. So I had to go get it cast or whatever for that. It was, I don't know, I was like 10 at the time? 11, 12? I don't know. I was older, teenager-ish, young teenager. But yeah, now that we are into here, we can go ahead and convert. How much do we need to convert? 10. Okay, we have that. We do have that. There we go. Wait. Let's do that. And then do Ali. And then get the big cheese. Yeah, highest is a whatever-year-old. But yeah, no, that would be my next one. I mean, it's a bigger, but since it was just a fraction, not a break, I don't think it was as serious. It was since I was older, but healed up pretty nicely. Let me think. Other time, I've also gone to the hospital once. All right, this is probably the most serious, like, serious. It's less of an injury, but more of like a bad place. I was out on a trip, or not a trip, like a camp somewhere. This was 3-4 years ago. 4 years ago, I want to say. Anyways, it's more recent than the other two. I was out on a camp. So no parents, no, camp. So it's not really like a. I want to say it's not a paid camp. It's more of like a. Okay, it's a Christian camp. So it's a camp that a church does every year. So it is people I know. It's not that major. But I was. Camp. You have all these activities and stuff. So what do you think I do? Break my nose while running somewhere because I fell on a rock or whatever and trip? No. I was walking down the stairs. On the camp, and it's these stairs, like it was kind of scuffed stairs, but like it's fine. It's free camp, whatever. People I know. Walking down the stairs, I trip, fall down the stairs, and then at the bottom of the stairs, like I'm fine. You trip downstairs. Everyone trips downstairs. It happens. But at the bottom of the stairs, my foot gets stuck behind. This is going to get bad. So if you guys don't like blood, probably tune out now. Stop listening. This is not the best. But anyways, bottom of the stairs, my foot gets like, jammed back or whatever because I'm trying not to slip. So it gets under this back of the stairs. So the stairs are here. My foot goes here. And then when I get up, so I take my foot up because, I'm tripped down. I want to get back up onto my feet. There's a metal lip under there. So the back of my heel gets kind of cut there. It like two inches like deep. Flap of skin, whatever. It's okay. I'm hopefully you guys tuned down and did just listen to that because that's gruesome. But yeah, no, and I had to go to the hospital for that, get some stitches. It was probably, I mean, it wasn't that bad. Good insurance. It's whatever. I just went to the nearest hospital or next to camp. It's fine. Continued at the camp for the rest of it, just not going as fast because I've a stitched up heel that I don't want reopening because it's spewing blood everywhere. Not spewing blood. It was a meat injury, so it's not actually hitting anything like arteries or anything. So it's just bleeding, like if you cut your finger or whatever. But it was a pretty major event. I mean, looking back at it, it wasn't that bad. I mean, definitely could be worse. You can definitely break something or scratch up other parts. Like it's a heel. It's kind of yeah. But no, those are the three ones I can remember. I've probably gone to the hospital for other reasons. But yeah, those are major. It's literally me doing stupid stuff or being clumsy or whatever. It's not too big of a deal. Reverse City. Let's go do the Reverse City obby. For Juliana. And then we can go ahead. Oh, will we be using the cheese pet? Probably. Let me go check. Because yeah, basically it's whatever has the best. Yeah, it has pretty good sell rate. Which I meme on Big Cheese. It's not bad. It would be better if you got it when you get access to her rather than 30 minutes after or right at the end of backdoor where it starts to become pretty much useless. But yeah, it is decent enough stat wise for us to actually use it. I mean. It's probably going to feel really nice, but yeah. Yeah, first time because you got a disease and then because you poorly handled it. either an infection or are you talking about an actual disease? Because I know infections can be really bad. Like, you want stuff to be clean, and it's really important to make sure if you get like a cut or whatever. All right, looks like we're almost done with Juliana. Actual disease. Oh, okay. So no, that's something different. Yeah, diseases are not fun. Did I have COVID? I don't think I ever had officially had COVID. And I don't remember ever being really sick with COVID, but yeah, definitely getting sick from that, it can be a pain. But yeah, you guys can't guys, are you guys even noticing the fact that we have a big cheese pet equip for a vacuum? It's not that much quicker. But yeah. A chronic one? Oh, rough. No, chronic diseases, especially like when you get old, it's kind of like, okay, that's my thing. But when you're young, it's kind of just annoying. Like it sets you apart from all the other kids, which being different from other kids, like, okay, when you're older, like, okay, what's the difference? You all get along. No, being different when you're a kid, it's weird in school. It's not something you want most of the time. But yeah. Like when you get to be an adult, you're like, okay, I have this, I'll live with it, I'll figure out, I'll plan my life around it. When you're a kid, it's like, ugh. You want to do whatever one else is doing, or you can't, or whatever. It's I also never got COVID, but to be fair, my parents don't allow me to get tested. Yeah, there's definitely a difference between having COVID and having COVID. Like, you can feel horrible or not even notice if you have COVID if you have like a decent enough immune system. Whereas, you know, testing for it, like, yeah, if you test for it and have it, it's like, oh yeah, I have COVID. Whereas if you feel like you have it and don't test, you can be like, I never had COVID, even if you definitely were sick with it and almost certainly had it, but you never test or whatever, so it was never official. But yeah, I definitely stayed home a lot. I don't think I went out at all during COVID, so there's pretty much no way for me to get it, really. It's not like I was working or anything. I wasn't contributing to the economy, so didn't really get COVID. But no, it's definitely nice. I don't think it would be a big of a deal for me getting it. It's just more of if I got it, it was like I'd spread it to people I know, like my parents or my grandmother or whatever. I heard some tests could get triggered by orange juice. Yeah, that's potential. I mean, the way those works is based on DNA and stuff, or proteins. I think specifically. I think it's generally proteins. But yeah, it's kind of easy to accidentally like AI, for instance. It's a difference between a test and AI. But like with AI and stuff, you can randomly trigger weird things on AI, like, you know, accidentally put a pixel somewhere and it's like, oh, that's now a horse instead of a cat picture. Just because of how it works. Same things with like DNA, except it's not as random. It's like, oh, if that has the same protein or whatever, or the same DNA strand, it triggers it, and it's, you know, that's just kind of how the biology works. There's a lot of copied or replicated biology and stuff, but yeah. I need to upgrade my vacuum and backpack. I can't. It's like 20 or 30 for my next upgrade. We're a ways away. I mean, if we used like X gum, we could do it faster, but like it's going to be just as fast as if we're using vacuum gum, just because we're taking so long to vacuum ghosts. But yeah. I think the plan, I mean, we'll get about halfway through, or half the quests of Rowan done. We're not halfway through his quest line. It definitely goes a lot further. But yeah, we've been streaming for about 2 hours. I don't know if I want to go for my full 3 hours I normally do, because I started late. But yeah, we'll see. I don't know why I'm vacuuming this ghost, guys. I really don't. But yeah, no, if we go look at our disruptors, it's 27,000 and 25,000. Or million, I guess, not thousand, but... We would be close if we didn't have to spend 10 million on converting into gems. But I think getting the cheese pet is probably better than actually upgrading our packer back. No, that's kind of normal for not as many people to be talking. I mean, that's kind of how streams work. I mean, I've streamed to 0 people before. I'm not that concerned about how many people are watching or how many people are talking. I can stream in silence or rant about random stuff without any of you guys watching. Like, half the times I'm doing these streams, it's more of me just, you know, wanting to make some progress, wanting to have a little bit of Ghost Simulator fun. It's a lot easier for me to play Ghost Simulator when I'm doing a stream than it is, like, casually, because, like, if I'm playing casually, sometimes it can be like, okay, I want to do YouTube at the same time. Then I end up watching YouTube at the same time, and instead of playing Ghost Simulator, I'm watching YouTube because, you know, you guys know how it is when you're multitasking. I go by Matthew. Yeah, you're just going to go by Matthew from now on just because that's what I thought you'd be named like. Oh, I guess... Okay, random thing. I was thinking about sharing this at the beginning of the stream. Okay, I'm now opening Discord, guys. Don't worry. It might be a little scuffed. Hopefully it opens up into the other window and not onto this window. But yeah, the other day I was doing... yesterday when I was grinding for gems for this account, for unboxing for bubbles, I was grinding in a public server because, you know, I'm being lazy. I can't really join. I don't join my private server usually when I'm not streaming because it doesn't really matter that much. I'm not caring that much about efficiency when I'm not streaming. But yeah, because I'm in a public server, races, bosses happen. I did a race. Let me see. Let me see if I can go find it fast. I'm not going to be able to find it super fast, but, yeah, I did a race, in a public server. You know, you guys know what I say about races, how the times are just, like, scuffed. Like, you know, it's not usually too bad. It's like, okay, someone gets 42 seconds versus 43 seconds with the same lines or whatever. All right, finding this message for me is going to be kind of slow. Like you guys can see how fast my frame rate. Okay. Here we are. I found it. All right. So yeah, I was doing races. Yeah, this is how bad races are. This was on my hard mode account, this account. I got a 30-second race time on a lava race. The next fastest is this person at 42 seconds. This is the normal time you get is 42 seconds. This isn't possible. You can't get a 30-second time on a race. I lagged when I was doing the race, and somehow that subtracted 12 seconds from my race time. Races are not fair. They're not really a balanced thing. So, like, you know, you look at these times, you're like, hey, you know, no. This time, this isn't, like, no, I can play, like, 1,000 races. The fastest time I'm going to get is 40 seconds on the straightforward. This was not a straightforward map. This was it was pretty much straightforward, and then you had to do that little, thing out into the, because the straightforward area is blocked, but it was straightforward until there, and then you had to go into the lab-ish area around that and just that square-ish out of the way. So it was not the least, not a mess, but it also wasn't just straightforward. But yeah, no, that race times are broken. Like, if you're comparing your race times from one race to another, there's a huge difference. I know sometimes I can do the same exact thing. And, like, not even including, like, you lag out, so you literally are half as slow. Or twice as slow. Half as fast. But, like, even without that, like, you can have time differences of, like, 2, 3, 4 seconds, just because the server timer is weird. And yeah, no, occasionally you get some weird glitches like that with where you lag at the end and you either get 10 seconds more or 10 seconds less, or, yeah, it just happens. But yeah, here we have upgraded our antenna to level 20. How close are we to this? 375, 200. I guess we have, like, no, we have 12 ecto copies. Do I want to end the stream now? Benefits, cons. Nah, I'm just crying. But yeah, no. No, that's what I say when I say race times are just stupid, but... that's definitely an extreme example. I think that's the only time I've seen that ridiculous of a time. But no, like... Still, the fact... I don't think anyone's gotten a faster time than that. I don't think anyone can get a faster time. I don't even think anyone can get close to that time without lag. And I think even with lag, I think that's the fastest time I've seen. I think for the, that was a lava race. For the normal straightforward race, I think you can get a 30-second. I think it's just barely possible. Like, if you get the good, like, server timing thing, you end up getting, like, a perfect race, like, normally, but... No, that was a lava race. Now, I keep streaming, yeah. I'll probably stream for, I don't know, at least another 30 minutes. At least upgrade our antenna to level 20. Actually, I wonder how it would be like to use, glitchy loot gun. Because it'll take longer to vacuum ghosts. But we'll get 4 times the drops. So we might be able to use this around and get actually pretty quicker. We don't only have 3 of this, so we'll see. If we only... Okay. It does feel super good. I don't think we're going to be able to keep this up, but yeah, 4 times drops. Ooh, that's interesting. Number doesn't change. That's probably a bug. Or that is a bug, but I don't know how major it is. I mean, it isn't that major, but I mean, if this is the first time someone's noticed it, it's definitely not important to get fixed. Yeah, because if we can only vacuum like 5 ghosts during a, I guess I could get a lot of ghosts down to low health and then use a glitchy loot gun and get like 30 ghosts at a time or whatever. you know, min-maxing my gum usage, but you know, I don't think that's too much worth. I think we'll probably just switch back to like vacuum gum. Because I don't know how much we've gotten from this. Probably, yeah, we've gotten 53. I think the main stuff we going to care about is going to be the advanced parts, just based on like what we need. Oh, nice, 9, nice, 9, nice. Yeah, I think we'll switch back to vacuum gum. I think that's just going to be better overall. Even if it is just basic compared to the glitchy that we have for loot gum. Alright, just a second, let me move this over there. Actually, it's what, 22.5? No, 25 to go ahead and upgrade our pack. We're getting reasonably close. But yeah, I think we'll go ahead and upgrade our antenna, complete Juliana's, progress his a little bit, and then talk to Blaze, I guess. Actually, talking to NPCs, we should go ahead and talk to Bovin, even if we can't even do the first part of his quests. Just because, you know. Pet storage. Yeah, because... Oh, wait. Unbox 3 pets? Actually, we can do that. That's actually a quest we can do. Like... Wait, did we just get a godly? No, we just unboxed 2 at a time, correct? No, we got a godly. Why wouldn't I get a godly from unboxing 3 crates? But no, the reason why I thought I knew that was a godly is because it dinged for Ghost Hunter Willem's quests. Yeah, we can't even use that. Actually, no, it's not even an upgrade to our pet stats because by the time we get it up to be better than debug, we'll have replaced it with other pet stats. So yeah, we just got a random bubbles. Anyways, oh, actually though, now that we have this one, we do have a level up a godly pet up to level 2, which we could have gone 5 ghosts ago. And not bubbles, but we have a cheese that is only 100 away. But yeah, then we... Oh, another quest we can do. But yeah, I'm doing these quests for like the crate keys / gems or whatever we get from them. And also so I don't have to grind as much of this the mind-numbing too long to vacuum ghost that we have to do in the Reverse City. But yeah, I'm ignoring fireflies in case we need them for later. We probably don't, but just in case. I like how it's when I don't need them that I get a blob. Like, blob, you know, I'm unboxing for a single blob, I get 4. I spend 10 million on trying to get bubbles right at the beginning of the stream, I don't get it. I spend a million later, I get it. I spend 100,000 later, I get it. Where was all that luck when I was opening for, like, you know, that 10 million right at the start? Because with that luck, I could have got, like, all the pet crate goblies, you know. But, you know, it is what it is. Alright, there we go. Done with Bovin. I don't know what the next quest is. Level up 2 pets to level 4. Alright, we're just going to ignore that quest because I don't want to go swap out pets to level 4. Wait, how far are we away again item-wise? We need 375 of these, so we're about halfway there, and we're about halfway there for this? Okay, we're a little under halfway there for the extra coffees, a little over halfway there for the advanced parts. You found your skull calculator? Oh, cleaning out stuff and finding things that you thought were missing is hilarious. I know under my dresser, or at least one time there was something like I was missing. And then I'm cleaning out my room. I'm like, oh, that's where it's been. No, it's calculator. That's kind of funny. I think for me, that's usually like socks and stuff. It's nothing usually too big, but, back to the closet. I know under dressers, under your desk, under your desk if it's like a low desk. For me, it's actually, there's a little bit under my desk that I could do stuff. Every once in a while, you put your phone down in the bathroom. I mean, when you lose your phone, you usually spend, like, as long as it takes to find it, because, like, you know, your phone's actually important. But, like, every once in a while, I set it down in, like, the bathroom or whatever. 3 hours later, I'm like, where did I put that? You know, I have to go think about it for, like, 15 to 20 minutes. Check all the windowsills, check your desk, check your drawers, check just... closet on top of your dresser, whatever, dresser drawers, all those fun stuff, and yeah. Hello. We could upgrade our pack battery, I guess. I think we're going to save up to our disruptor just because, you know, faster vacuum speed is just better for us at this moment, in my opinion. Like, we are using vacuum gun, but it's still slow. Actually, we're probably going to get our godly up to level 2, aren't we? Pretty soon here. And then the only quest we have left for Willen... Actually, there's 2 quests we have left for Willen. What's the next quest? Is it like a godly up to level 5? Better not be. Or maybe it's any pet up to level 10. I can't remember. But yeah. We'll be done with backdoor pretty soon. I think actually next stream we'll probably move on to Blaze. The question here is, do I want to complete Rowan before I do Blaze, or do we do Blaze like right when we can get to Blaze, because he'll actually be pretty quick. Because the reason why everyone hates Blaze is because you have to server hop a lot. For this account, it's like, you know, not maxed out, so we do have to go like grind ghosts and stuff for items. But because it's going to take us maybe 2 times longer than it'd take a normal person, despite us having like 10 times less stats. Just because, you know, server hopping on this account is just as fast as pretty much any other account. Run first, yeah. I was thinking run first, just complete him completely before doing any bit of Agent Blaze. The thing is, though, Agent Blaze we could get some cool pets from first. But yeah, I think it'd be probably best to finish up Rowan. Maybe even, like, complete Pet Crate... No, we'll probably complete Pet Crate 9, maybe even Pet Crate 10 indexes before we even do Blaze. Definitely Pet Crate 10, I think, before we do... Or Pet Crate 9 before we do Blaze. Just so we can get Pet Crate 11 for Bovin. Or, no. We don't have any quests, really, that require us to unbox Pet Crate 11. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what I get to grinding gem-wise between... we do have slightly better pets than I did last time, so that should mean instead of getting, 10 million per hour, we'll get 11 million per hour. Which is still dependent on me actually getting, like, gum. The thing is, like, once I have Area 10, I think I should be actually able to grind glitchy loot gum decently quick, so... might end up spending a little bit of time grinding some glitchy X gum between streams or whatever, grinding some gum. Doing a lot of fun stuff like that. Probably no longer than an hour or two, like I spent between last stream and this one, but maybe as much as 3 if I want to go ahead and get the all the godlies, because that's what I think I'll need. Alright, 116 and 218. So that's 100. We're going to get to our coffees just a little bit before our antenna parts, so... Oh, and we can upgrade our vacuum too, so we'll do that too. And then once we actually get Rowan, we can actually do a lot more grinding too for, But yeah, that'll be after next stream. But yeah, overall, Backdoor has not been that bad. I mean, we spent, what is this, the 3rd stream on Backdoor? We're through half the quests of Rowan's. Already maxed it out. Like, it's been 10 hours we spent in Backdoor. So far, it's probably going to be another, like, 5 hours for Blaze and all that fun stuff, all those quests, plus, like, another 2 hours for gem grinding for those, but like, still, that's 2 or 3 times quicker than, Ghost World, and about that for Main Hub, too, so. Yeah, as much flack as Backdoor gets for having, like, Billy and impossible antenna upgrades, it's not that bad. It definitely helps that they buffed the items by 2 times from when they first added it, when I was first playing through and people complained about it, but, like, the fact it's been so much faster just goes to show just, like, how, the game just kind of speeds up way too much as you get further into it. Like, this is slow. Don't get me wrong, I would like better pet stats. I think everyone would like better pet stats, but it's faster than main hub progression. You could grind a rebirth on... I'm planning on being able to upgrade our rebirth by episode 17. The thing is, before I rebirth, these quests need to get done. Specifically this one. Yu's quest needs to get done. It's not going to be in episode 17. It's going to be like... You want better pet stats, Deadpool? Then go grind pet tycoons and pet evos. Oh my goodness. That gap at the end of the game is just insane. Like, if you look at pet stats, like... It's a huge jump right at the end. Actually, I have them open a different... What did I complete? Oh, I've leveled up a godly up to level 2. Yeah, what's the next quest? This is the one I'm worried about. I think it's any pet up to level 10. Yeah. But yeah, you look at the pet stats for, like, endgame. What in the world's this? Like, you have... this and this, and then you have these which are like impossible to grind, and then you have this which is like still classified. So these are like impossible to grind classifieds, these are like the gem classifieds, and this is Sandstorm's like 3 times the cost gem wise as Cosmic Wing, and it's like 2 times better. This is just like, these are insanely good compared to everything else. Actually all classifieds are. Yeah, and then you look at, like, where I'm at right now, pet-wise. I'm all the way down. Huh. Oh no, it's down further. Here. Musical, which should be here. And debug and a bubbles. Actually, they have the same stats. That's hilarious. But yeah, these are my current pet stats. It's kind of pathetic to see how much people have endgame. Whereas like progressing from like a Cosmic Wing to a Sandstorm, that's like 2 or 3 hours. Assuming you have the rebirths. If you don't have the rebirths, it might be a little bit longer. But yeah, it's not that much to progress from like going from a Sandstorm to a Sunspot. It's not that much progression. For me, going from a let's say debug to what's the next one? I know there's a cat, guys. Let's see, what's the next progression point? Because I'm looking for a godly here. Snowflake? No, not Snowflake, not Hot Cocoa. Witch, Overseer, Lantern? No. No. Is my next progression point up here somewhere? But anyways, I'm not even getting like the same rate of upgrade from like Sandstorm to Sunspot as you guys are from, I guess, I might be getting it, but like, it's super slow to progress down here and then way too fast to just go from here to here. Anyways, back to grinding. You guys are all getting distracted by a cat. It doesn't matter if I'm rambling. Alright, bye. Cat camera. Yeah, the cat's taking over. Jazzy, I do need to do stuff, so, if you can kind of either, sit on my lap or, sit here or something. Pretty much anywhere but in front of my PC. Thank you. Alright. Anyways. Now that I'm done with rambling stats and my cat's somewhat calmed down and gotten out of the way, let's continue upgrading our antenna to level 20. Wait. I like how this one has a progression, like 19 out of 20. It's kind of funny. Yeah, we're getting so much done today. Productivity has definitely dropped with the introduction of Cat. The only quest where you can't have no progression? Yeah, maybe. That actually does sound decently true. But yeah, most of the time when it's upgraded your antenna, it's generally only one antenna upgrade that you need. I mean, once you get to that quest, you do have to have up to antenna level 19 already, so it's... I think actually you might be able to do it until level 18. But yeah, no, you even though usually it's just upgrading your antenna once, here it's upgrading your antenna once based on the previous quests, but it isn't strictly structured so. Actually, no. When you get up to the indexes for Illins, you have to have because you have to unbox for those like godlies and stuff. You'll have to have progression on those index quests. So it's not entirely true. It's like Jillian, Dylan, all those you have to have unboxed already. Some of the stuff, so you're going to already have some stuff on the index for that. So not the only quest where you have to have progression. By the time you get to it. I mean, in theory, I guess you could skip those quests, at least some of them, potentially, and say that you don't have to have their progression, but, you know. I don't know, maybe... I don't know if that's a realistic possibility. And I don't even know if you can skip all those quests. Yeah, my cat just likes to sit here, I guess. I think she thinks... Actually, she meowed right now. She's literally sitting right in front of the mic. Because my mic's right here. So she's kind of like facing right out the mic. Is it only me or is the stream lagging? My webcam is lagging a little bit, so if you're based on the webcam. Right now it looks like it's fine. But yeah, my PC is kind of laggy, so it might be me. If it was before, if it isn't lagging right now, then it probably was just me lagging. And if it's lagging for you right now, then it might just be you. But yeah, I've dropped 0 frames due to internet issues. I have missed about 2% of my frames due to rendering lag, and then another 0.1% due to encoding lag, which is my end. Mainly the rendering lags, or mainly the encoding lags, what you guys are going to feel. Rendering lags more of, actually, rendering lag you guys are going to feel, but not as much as encoding lag. And then drop frames on stream, you're going to notice a lot more. But yeah, no, if it's working right now, then it was probably just me. If it's not working right now, then yeah, it's probably you. Also, how close are we to our requirements? 262 and 155, so 50 more coffees, 110 more of the antenna requirements. But yeah, I also only run at 20 FPS on my streams, because, like, you know, there's really no reason for me to give you guys 20 FPS when my computer's literally running 2 FPS. Oh, it's not great. It's not great whatsoever, but, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, I might end the stream a little bit early before we upgrade our antenna, just because, like, you know, it's getting pretty slow. But yeah, and I like, if you're maxed out on this account, or maxed out going through, like, this area, I know it only takes me like 2 minutes to upgrade my, pretty much all my antennas in backdoor. Like, even this one's generally the longest one, but yeah. There's definitely a bigger difference, like, upgrading your antenna versus doing quests for pay to win versus free to play. Is Jazz reading chat? She actually is right now. That is literally where chat is. Like, chat is right here, pretty much. Actually, right now it's not chat. It's opened my OBS, so I can actually see what's going on my main monitor. Because my main monitor is right here where the cat is. Cat is pretty much obstructing the entire view of that. So I'm just watching OBS to kind of see where my mouse is, all that fun stuff, so I can actually continue playing, because I can't see you guys. You guys can't see me. I can't see the screen. So I'm using OBS right now, so that's what she's watching. But yeah, I think she thinks she's blocking my ability to use my computer right now, and just getting in the way like a cute little cat she is. But yeah, no, I'm using OBS on my second monitor, so I can actually, you know, see what I'm doing. And yes, there is cat hair everywhere now because I've pet the cat too many times. Alright. Please tell me we're, like, actually close on our inventory items. 199 Ecto Coffee. That is marvelous. We are 1 Ecto Coffee away. Alright, so let's go grab an Ecto Coffee, and then we can grind, like, the remainder, just swapping between this and Data Stream or whatever. Because, you know, Data Stream we're able to vacuum just a little bit quicker. Actually, once we get that Ecto Coffee, we might just use glitchy loot gum. Because glitchy loot gum in there for quadruple drops for the antenna parts is probably going to be faster than anything else I have at the moment. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Quickly upgrade our, or as quick as possible, go ahead and upgrade our, probably move my webcam like up. I really haven't paid too much attention, but like my webcam's kind of in the way if it's down there. You guys can't really see what's going on, what gum I have equipped. Whereas over here, I'm literally blocking chat. No one cares about chat. I don't know. I don't know. Where do you guys prefer? Up here, it's definitely a lot more out of the way. Like down there, it blocks like some of my gum usage, perks, all that fun stuff that, you know, isn't super important, but like also blocks some of my ecto tokens, whatever. I don't know. I don't think it's too big of a deal, but yeah. I want a dual monitor setup at some point. Forgot you have two monitors. Yeah, no, having two monitors is so nice. Like, just having something open on, instead of like splitting up a smaller screen, you can just have a second screen for it. I know you can kind of have that same thing with like one screen. You can have like Roblox, whatever, in a corner, but it's not the same feel. It's not as big. It's not as optimized for like full screen gameplay. Because right now I can full screen Roblox and have Roblox, you know, just doing its own thing. Whereas if they're like the quartered or whatever, you kind of can tell it a lot more. So it's a lot harder like when you're switching stuff. But yeah, put your loot gum. We're only getting gems, so maybe not as impactful as I thought it would be, but whatever. We'll go ahead and use the last one just because, I mean, I might as well. Goodness, can you stop with the gem drops? No one cares about gems. I do not mind USBs as much. Like, USBs I can turn into gum later if I want to. But yeah, I'm mainly looking for the advanced parts at this point. Actually, I might just go grab like a billion ghosts from previous areas, just because it's like quicker to vacuum ghosts. You probably still won't get any like advanced drops because, like, you know, that's kind of how RNG works. If you're looking for a certain thing, you aren't going to get any of that drops. And if you aren't looking for it, you'll get 20 times the normal amount. I know my brother, one of my brothers, had I think it's the laptop he currently has, but it has a separate monitor-ish on his mouse pad. Like, his mouse is literally, or mouse, yeah, the mouse pad of his computer is literally like a second screen or whatever. And that was like a cool, I don't know, I was just like, whoa, that's a really cool feature. I mean, it's a super small screen, so it's not like super great, but like still, any screen. All right, we'll switch back over to vacuum gum. I think that's just better for us at this point. Now that we've used up all of our loot gum and got nothing. Actually, we didn't get nothing. Did get a few advanced parts drops, but like it definitely did feel like a lot. 350? Actually, no. We're 25 away now, so we're going to be probably like 4 more minutes to go ahead and get this. Maybe we can do it before we get to the 3-hour mark, so we go ahead and like have that. But yeah, I guess I could go upgrade my pack too. So we'll probably go ahead and do that once we vacuum this ghost. Just go upgrade our pack, or battery, I guess. But yeah, basically, the way the devs actually released this, you're kind of supposed to get this battery, and disruptor set like right when you get into like data stream or whatever is kind of how they have the whole thing laid out. Like with each area, it has its own battery and disruptor upgrade. But yeah, we're like 3 or 4 batteries. We're like 3 batteries behind right now. Probably barely going to get this battery before the before we finish Blaze or whatever. And really, that's pet stats. That's because we have bad pet stats, and like we are at the pet stats we're supposed to have, kind of. I mean, we're a little behind, but not enough to really warrant being 3 whole vacuums and packs behind. So yeah, no, pet stats I think definitely need to be upgraded. It'll end up, I mean, with how the devs have stats set up, any changes to like pet stats of like rares and whatever will end up being an upgrade to classifiers, just because they have a set like every godly is X times better than legendary, every classified is X times better than godly. That's currently how stats are set up. So if you improve like the common stats, you can't just improve the common stats unless you change that multiplier instead, which is kind of hard for a dev to do. They're trying to kind of stick with what they have right now, so they're going to oh, finally. Cat moved. They're going to end up, like, if they do change stats, all stats are going to get buffed throughout here, so, like, some of the classifieds are going to go move up, which is, I think, fine for the lower tier classifieds. I don't think that high tier classifieds should get super buffed, but whatever. I think sometimes it's almost more necessary in, like, Remnant World, where no one's used any of the pet crates, like, ever. Like, you know, I would bet less than 1% of the people who've played Ghost Similar have used a, less than 1% of the people who've gone into Remnant Zone have used a pet from the Remnant Zone pet crates as a stat pet. Hello, Ian. Yeah, I'm barely remembering that name now. But yeah, back at boarding school. Yeah. All right. Yeah, school's kind of annoying sometimes. I mean, I think the farther into school you get, the less boring it gets in some respects. But I think it also definitely depends who you're at. Like some people are like, hey, school's amazing. Other people, it's like, school's literally the worst thing in the world. And yeah, that's really up to you, and like what type of schooling you prefer. That's different too. But no, yeah, I don't know. School's one of those things where it's like, when you get older, you're like, yeah, we need schools. But when you're younger, like, why do we need schools? And it's really hard to tell people why they need schools, because, like, they don't understand that they need to learn. And they don't understand that they're learning or whatever. I'm back. School on Halloween. Yeah, Halloween's a normal holiday to have Halloween, or to have, no, you don't ever have Halloween off, or generally don't have Halloween off. There we go. We can upgrade our antenna. So, but yeah, no, it's definitely weird sometimes when Halloween is kind of a big update for games, and then you don't even get it off. Whereas like Christmas, it's kind of like the same size for most games. They're like, oh, huge Christmas update, huge Halloween update. And then really, like, Christmas you get like 2 to 3 weeks off depending on the year. But yeah, there we go. We're done with him. We are done with Juliana, or not done with him, but we've completed his quest. We completed Juliana. Yeah. End of stream very soon? Yes, we're probably going to grab Agent Blaze really quick and then end the stream soon. Like, they literally filter it? Yeah. No, I definitely think schools are a bit strict. They're like, oh, yeah, no phone usage. Whereas, like, there are definitely times in school where our phone is not going to hurt, but it's really hard to tell between like when it's proper and using a phone is fine versus when using a phone is not fine. Like when someone's lecturing, you want to be paying attention. But like if they're going over something, like re-going over a test or something that you aced, taking out your phone and playing games on your phone while they're doing that, not going to be as harmful. But yeah, it's a lot easier to blanket ban phones than to be like, hey, kids, 7th graders, go figure out when you can actually or 8th graders, 9th graders. I'm trying to select an age range here where people are actually like 13 because that's. But like, yeah, asking 9th graders to figure out when it's appropriate to use their phones is not easy. My school only allows phones at lunchtime in our form rooms. Yeah, no, phones are. I mean, in my school, they're pretty much. They were banned in classrooms. You're allowed to use them in classrooms. Actually, the official thing was banned unless your teacher says they're allowed. So some teachers are like, hey, let's take out our phones for this thing. Or if you want to use it as a calculator, some teachers were fine with that. So each teacher made up their own rules on whether phones were allowed. But like the ban is like, if you're using your phone, it's teacher's discretion to tell you not to use it. So, even if there is a blanket ban in that classroom by that teacher, if you're using your phone like during a nothing day or whatever, because there are some nothing days in school, you guys know what they are. You wouldn't probably get in trouble. But yeah. Oh, Wi-Fi crashes? Oh, filtering, like as Wi-Fi filtering. No, Wi-Fi filtering is definitely needed. But yeah, it's definitely a bit strict. Sometimes like, oh yeah, you can't play games. It's like, yeah, I mean, I can understand that, but like, it's really hard to make a good Wi-Fi filter. Really hard. And like, there's so many things that need to get filtered. And really, the best way is to only allow certain websites. But then figure out all the websites you need to allow, like, oh yeah, CIA.gov. No one's going to think about that when they're thinking about websites that are out there. They're going to think of, like, all the schools that they specifically use. They're not going to think about, like, library stuff. There's a lot of things that they're going to forget to allow. And so it's really hard to come up with a good way to allow people to use websites but block the stuff you aren't. It's a nightmare. And, like, I can't blame schools for doing that wrong, but, yeah. My sixth form allows phones as long as you're using them productively in class. Yeah, no, I definitely agree. Usage of phones and other electronics in schools is something that people are definitely getting used to and allowing more often. That's definitely, I think, a good usage, but like productively, playing on your phone ends up being a pretty common thing, I think, even when it's just allowed productively. And like, teachers don't like that. I mean, and you can kind of see why. I mean, you don't really see why, but yeah. That's why you gotta become friends with IT to unblock that stuff. Yeah. Now, if you have like good reasons to unblock certain websites, if you bring it forward in like the correct manner, where you're like, hey, go talk to like someone in administration or IT or whatever. Hey, can you unblock this site for like information, like CIA.gov? I think that's the website. But anyways, like CIA's fact book or handbook, that one's probably unblocked by default in most schools. But like, they'll probably be like, oh yeah, we can add that to the unblocked, and then you'll be able to use it. Although a lot of those are like super niche where you only really need to use it once, and if you're able to use it once that day, the fact that it gets unblocked 2 days later is not going to be that important. Void will take like 1 to 2 streams. No, Void will be super quick. It's like a 30 minutes to do it, and it's not going to be any longer on this account. It's going to be about the same account on this account as it's going to be on the others. It's just going to be getting up to Void. It's going to be a little bit longer. But yeah, it might take us 1 to 2 streams to get to Void. But like completing Void itself is going to be pretty quick. Anyways, I think that'll be it for this stream. I'm just trying to look through our quests right now because, yeah, it's like vacuuming ghosts, blaze, upgrading our pets for Bovin. Yeah, I think that'll be it for this stream. I think between this stream and next stream, I'll go ahead and play a bit more in public servers. Go ahead, grind some gems. Maybe do a few races in on purpose to try to get some more view done, because I think she's going to be a limiting reagent for like rebirthing on this account, which I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to rebirth yet. But since we'll probably need to make that decision pretty soon, so it's going to be necessary. But yeah, I'll probably try to get 20 to 30 million gems. Oh, that's a lot of gems. 30 million gems. I almost need more than that too. I need like 50 million gems. So I'll probably end up grinding some items. End up probably upgrading my pack or back or whatever. Because I'll need to grind some X gum. But yeah. Yeah, that's fine. It's end of stream. Yeah, no. I stream at certain times. It's usually horrible for some people. That's kind of just how time zones work. Whenever I stream, it's going to be horrible for someone. Like if I streamed I don't know, later or whatever, some people would end up not being able to join. I mean, you can always rewatch streams, but no one usually rewatches streams. So I really need to make more videos so that everyone in better time zones doesn't just get kind of scuffed by not being able to join or whatever. But yeah. Anyways, yeah. Right now I'm streaming every Monday at like 9:30 my time, so 9:30 PST. So that's going to be, I'm plus 8 GMT right now. It's going to be plus 7 GMT though when we fall back. Plus 7, so like 1:30. No, it has to go the other way. 9, 16, 4:30. It's 4:30 GMT. PM is about when I stream normally. And then it usually lasts around 3 hours, 7:30 GMT. I think. Unless I'm doing math wrong. No, I think that sounds about right. For me right now, it's 8:38 PM. Yeah, I'll be moving the streams. We'll be moving about an hour back. I started an hour late this stream, so I went an hour later. But yeah, no, generally speaking, actually with the hour that we're falling back, it's going to be like I'm starting at this time every time. I mean, no, it will be. What? Yeah, it'll be like I'm starting this time every time from now on. I just had daylight savings time early. No, I just forgot about it. Now I live in America. Yeah, no, I have terrible stream times for America. I'm Washington. If you're in school, you're usually in school when I'm streaming because I'm off school. I haven't had school for okay. I'm off school. I've been doing college, so late night classes. So I've always been streaming in the morning, which is horrible because everyone in America is in school when I'm streaming. So it's everyone that's generally would watch streams, like, you know, Americans who play Ghost Simulator, Roblox, or whatever, are all in school. So it's horrible for my own time zone. But for people like half my viewers or whatever are like UK time. It's like, that's generally not how your stream population should be. It should be more of like centered around like US is generally what the traditional stream times are, is US based. But yeah. Last year of high school, so maybe in college too. Oh. No, finishing high school is really nice. I did running start, so I got out of it like 2 years early, but high school is, I don't know. I didn't like high school. I like college. I really like college, but yeah. You could do 2 streams, both shorter. Oh, yeah, do 2 streams instead of 1. Yeah, I definitely could do streams later. The thing is, like, if I do streams later, other people in my house start getting home. I don't like to be streaming when other people are home. Not because it disrupts them, like I'm streaming right now, my brother's home. I'm not too worried about that. It's more of like, if my parents are home or something, I might need to do stuff. We might decide to do a family game night, and I want to do that instead of streaming. So it's like, I have a stream scheduled for Saturday, for instance. I don't stream on Saturdays because sometimes we have work to do Saturdays. It's like cleaning up house or doing projects or whatever. I don't want to interfere with that. And then also, yeah, I mean, yeah, other things too. But start about tea time. Oh, poor. Yeah, the European dominancy is kind of funny in these streams. But yeah. Anyways, that is going to be it for this stream. As I said, I will be trying to do some stuff, grinding gems specifically between streams. Yeah, I think that will be it. I don't think I want to say anything more before I just go ahead and end it. So, bye. Thank you guys for coming down. I will see you guys probably later this week with a Ghost Simulator video. And then next week again for hard mode again.